What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a great day so far. It is the weekend. We made it. Congratulations. Beautiful green day in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency land. I know yesterday we had a little bit of a scare.
Everything is awesome.
Well, yes, but actually no.
If you're new to crypto, might have shook you a little bit, but you are going to get used to it. But today, we are specifically going to focus on 4 reasons why you should be bullish right now. Now, I'm not saying the price couldn't fall another $500 or maybe by the time you're watching, it could be over 10K again, right? No, we're talking about 4 specific fundamental reasons to be bullish on Bitcoin. And no, I'm not talking about the halving, not talking about on-chain metrics, not talking about hash rate. You're definitely going to want to stick around for that. And if that sounds good to you, you know what to do. Also, thank you to everyone who's been subscribing. We just hit 98.6K subscribers. We are so close to 100K. And I told you, as soon as we hit 100,000, I'm doing a very special live stream. I don't want to give too much away, but you're not going to want to miss that. And also shout out to all of my new subscribers over on Twitter, over 20K. You guys rock. If you want more rapid fire, up-to-date breaking news, obviously I only put out 1 crypto video a day on YouTube. Definitely head over to Twitter and check that out. Now, obviously, we did have a little bit of a tumble. We are going sideways, potential Bart Simpson pattern. We do have some coins up today. We have iExec, Wax, DX, Algorand, Cosmos, Icon, Ethereum Classic, Ardor, Ren, Matic, Aeon. However, you could see what I love is that Bitcoin did have a nice, beautiful bounce off of that legacy trend, the one that started all the way back at the December bottom. So currently, short term, take it with a grain of salt, but not bad, right? The thing that is a little bit worrisome is that we're having difficulty breaking back into the ascending wedge, whereas originally it was acting as support. Now it's currently acting as resistance, so we're going to see if the bulls are able to smash through that moving forward. Still sort of stuck between the 9.3K and this sort of 10.2K level where we have a lot of the VPVR action. However, good news, we are once again back above the major resistance that started all the way back in 2017 at the 20K all-time high. And like I said, if we close out the end of this month higher than 9.6K, that is extremely bullish for Bitcoin. So we still have a few days left in the month, okay? We still have some days left, but today's video is not to focus on the price. We need to get in the 4 reasons right now. And by the way, share this video, refer back to this video if you're ever feeling down. I hope this gets you excited, and I do hope you find value out of it. Number 4 being institutional demand. Yes, I know you've heard this before, but we have proof. Look at this. Grayscale's GBTC is the second most active stock on leading US OTC markets in 2020. And this is according to the Block Crypto institutional research, right? They say the trust issues shares to accredited and authorized investors from time to time with no ongoing redemption program in exchange for Bitcoins. And here's the kicker, which must be held for 12 months. So if you're going to tie your investment up for 12 months, you better be damn sure that you're investing in something that you do have full faith in, or at least you're willing to take a risk on, right? You could see right here the inflows into Grayscale's Bitcoin investment have been growing. Yes, they took a little bit of a dip at the end of 2018, but the end of 2018 wasn't exactly the greatest of sentiment, right? But you could see ever since Q2 of 2019, they had 64 million. Then they skyrocketed to 171 million in Q3, and then they even had a 13.5% quarter-to-quarter jump in Q4 to 194 million. And the only reason I don't have any more data is because we're still in Q1 of 2020, but I would only assume that it's going to be even higher than this today, not to mention the fact that you've seen Fidelity International, which is a spin-off of Fidelity Investments, investing 14 million into Hong Kong-based operator OSL. Keep in mind, they're one of the largest exchanges in Asia, okay? And OSL is targeting institutional investors and individual investors with trading, brokerage, and custody services. So anybody saying that the institutions are not interested, oh, they're interested. They're accumulating. We've gone over this time and time again, and they want your Bitcoin. So stop selling them your Bitcoin. Stop selling it to them, guys. Number 3, we have volume. Volume has been increasing. Volume is a very simple metric that shows you that more people are trading, more people are active in the ecosystem. And yes, we did have, a higher day on January 14th, but you can see the overall trend has actually increased. And the last time that we had volume this high was basically back literally last year in December. So yes, we are literally breaking average volume As we speak, the average volume is increasing. And actually, you could see Larry Cermak over here. He was talking about Coinbase specifically. He said volume in February is continuing to shoot up. That is historically a really good sign about the market. It's almost at the same level as in May now. And just to kind of point out, historically, he says there is a very close correlation between volumes and price. High volume, high price. Now, obviously, we do have some volume down here that shot up during the dump, but usually when you have the massive volume, the crazy volume, it's usually a positive sign for Bitcoin moving forward. Number two, the mainstream media will not shut up about Bitcoin. Now, I know you might be saying that's a bad thing. Counter trade it, right? As soon as CNBC starts talking, you need to sell, 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 sell. Okay, ironically enough, the video I'm about to play you did actually come out at $10,300, but CNBC even had one day recently where they had 4 separate segments all on Bitcoin in a 24-hour time span. Imagine all the people that are seeing this. You know, I don't care if it's good news, bad news. Listen, if you're in the eye of the public and they're seeing it, that's good to me. And actually, I just want to play you one clip right here where you could see that they were even making predictions of Bitcoin hitting $12,000. Let me play this clip and then we're going to get into number one in just a second.
JC, you're looking at the chart?
Yeah, you know what? When we look at cryptos as a whole, you know, they tend to trade in 2 distinct phases. The first being dormant consolidation, which is followed by phase 2, which is a high momentum phase. And when you look at Bitcoin, we're starting to see signs that the dormant consolidation that from the second half of last year is slowly starting to change in terms of positive bullish momentum here. You know, we broke out of the downward sloping trend channel. We're breaking above the 10,000 psychological level. And we're of the opinion that positive momentum will continue to follow positive momentum. So that's why we think in the short term, we could see 12,000 on Bitcoin.
Okay, so granted, they make this video at $10,338. Lo and behold, we do have a bit of a pullback. Very typical for the mainstream media. However, you can see that this is injecting that positive sentiment into the markets. And also there have been segments which have been providing education as well, which I think is very, very positive for Bitcoin moving forward. And number one, we have actual retail interest. You can see right here, Google Trends for buy Bitcoin is now once again approaching the 10 level. Now I know what you're saying. Well, we clearly broke above 30 all the way up to 100. Guys, that was during the massive hysteria of 2017. I feel like that metric almost skews the entire chart, right? But you could see the last 3 times that we had it back in 2013, 2017, and just last year. In fact, I have it plotted right here on the chart for you. So you can see right back here, the first time that we basically had it, okay, the sentiment hitting that level, the Google searches, you had Bitcoin skyrocketing 822% before having its subsequent pullback. I'm not actually going to do all the percentages. You can see right here, the next time we had it in February of 2017, that was basically at the start of the massive, massive rally up to Bitcoin's all-time high. We had another search volume about breaking 10 last year, which was right here in May. Okay, they missed out on the initial gains down here, but you could see from May, we were at around $5,400 and Bitcoin still got to a peak of around 14,000, and it looks like we are headed towards that again. By the way, I wanted to give a shout out to Crypto Kia for this chart. Thank you very much, buddy. But you can see right here, even if you look at it on the log scale, you know, these times are the times that you want to buy before those massive spikes. So just wanted to point that out moving forward, guys. And yeah, if that doesn't get you bullish on Bitcoin, you could see that Tor Demistier, he actually came out with a little bit of a suggestion, potentially of where to put your portfolio. Now, you can see right here, he is the founder of Adamant Capital. Now, keep in mind, these guys were one of the first to include Bitcoin into their portfolio back in 2012. So these guys, they had a hunch where this thing was going, right? Well, he just put out a tweet yesterday and he says, what is a good permanent portfolio 2.0? My criterion, a portfolio that you can lock until 2040 without rebalancing, and it should roughly retain its purchasing power. So he's saying a portfolio that you could basically throw away the key for 20 years and still most likely have returns. His suggestion, 33% gold, 33% Bitcoin, and 34% world stock index. 33% Bitcoin. That is incredible considering you're only seeing a lot of these guys say 1% to maybe 2% to 3%. He is suggesting a 33% Bitcoin. So that is pretty incredible moving forward. And also, guys, just to have a look at sort of the Bitcoin returns over the past basically decade, with the exception of, the last week, we've had a little bit of a tumble. Obviously, we had the high last year around 14K. We had the high around 2K. Essentially, it's basically up. I mean, virtually any time you've invested in Bitcoin over the past decade, you would most likely be up. In fact, there's this great tool, dcabtc.com, that you can go over and have a look at. And yeah, I mean, you can come in here and just type in if you want. You could see, had you purchased, this amount of Bitcoin over this amount of time. And for the most part, you're going to be surprised that even if you started dollar cost averaging all the way at 20K, you'd still be up by like 38% or something like that. I think that's what it was last time I checked. That being said, guys, I do want to hop into some quick news. We do have some adoption. Top Italian soccer team Juventus is launching a digital collectibles of its star players on blockchain-enabled fantasy football platform Sorare, which is just showing you that we're going to start tokenizing land, tokenizing buildings, tokenizing people, okay? And this is all coming to, these exciting platforms like Ethereum, Tezos, etc. So that is something to be excited about moving forward. We do have an interesting story about Binance not actually authorized to operate in Malta, which is interesting, right? It's not clear whether they're currently having an office in Malta. You did have Ted Lin, the chief growth officer at Binance, saying we have offices in Malta for customer services and some compliance there, but it's not the headquarters per se. It's the spiritual headquarters. It's a name that people think about when they think about Binance. So that's kind of shocking and interesting and confusing. And also on another note, we had I was highlighting this. We had 300 million USDT actually swapped from Tron over to ERC20 back to Ethereum. So this is kind of showing that Ethereum still is kind of the guy, leading the pack moving forward. And also just having a look at Ethereum, we did have a nice bounce back off of this bottom support. However, we are having difficulty breaking above the, sort of $270 level. So it is acting as resistance right now. But that being said, guys, also speaking about Ethereum, tomorrow I do have a interview with Crypto Lark. He's very excited about Ethereum and decentralized finance, and we're going to ask why. We're going to ask the hard questions, and we're going to talk about it. So if that sounds good to you, you're definitely going to want to stick around for tomorrow's video. But that being said, I hope that at least for the day, today's video did make you a little bit happy, put you in a good mood for the weekend despite the pullbacks. And guys, we talked about these levels. I don't want to go down this low, but we could go down to even the low 7,000s, okay? And still technically be on the ascending trend for Bitcoin moving up, right? We got very ahead of ourselves. We've had a massive year, over 40% in gains. So let's just be happy. Let's just take it. Dollar cost average is your best friend. And that being said, that's enough for me today on this beautiful Friday in crypto land. Thank you so much again. Definitely get subscribed if you haven't. I love you guys. You're the reason that I do this every single day. You rock. My name's K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.